So, hi everyone! In this video today, we are going to do some exercises for our core muscles. So, normally people will think when we say core, it's the six-pack, but really there are core musculature at our sides and it wraps around our entire trunk. So, for this sequence, what you will need are props. So, in this case, I have two balls with me, or two gymnastics balls. One that is a bit softer and one that is slightly firmer. So I got these balls from Decathlon. Or if you don't have these kinds of balls, you can always use your blocks. Or if you still don't have blocks, you can use your children's toys. If they have like a toy ball, then that would also be a good substitute. So we start off lying down on the mat, and then make sure you have your props nearby. So in this case, I have my orange ball and my pink ball. My pink ball is somewhat harder or firmer, and then my orange ball is actually a rhythmic ball that gymnasts use. So for our core exercise, okay, so we'll focus on the lower abs. Okay. So what we'll do, you'll place your palms down beside the hips, okay? And then see that you find your nice long spine. Press your shoulders down, press the palms down, and then as if you want to brace, so you'll draw your belly button in, and then we'll float the feet up an inch or two off the mat, okay? And then if you find that this is a little bit more challenging, you can bring the feet slightly higher or maybe even to this level. So when you float your feet up, make sure that your spine is also long. Notice if there's a tendency for the chest to pop forward. If this happens when you float your feet up, then bring the legs slightly higher. So we'll keep our back nice and long. And then you can do this a few rounds, letting the feet hover, maybe barely grazing the mat, and then lifting up. Lowering down, and then maybe coming up to 90 degrees, and then you lower down. Now, if you want a little bit more in that same area, what you can do from here, so press the shoulders down, press the palms down, engage the front part, let the feet hover, and then see as you come up, we'll straighten the legs towards the ceiling. And then from here, as you inhale, you'll slowly lower down. So again, come to that angle where the chest will not pop up. If it starts to pop up, then bring the legs back higher. But then if you can keep everything maintained, maybe lower down, maybe let it hover an inch or two above the mat, and then you'll slowly come up again. You can do that a few times. Now, if you still want a little bit more, you'll grab your orange ball or maybe a block. You can use your block. We'll place that between the inner thighs. Okay. So what this will do, it will give you feedback so that you will also hug the legs in towards the ball or do a slight squeeze towards the prop that you're using. But the efforts will be the same. You press your shoulders down, palms down, spine nice and long. Engage the front part or contract, belly button draws in. You let the feet hover, find that slight squeeze, and then you'll come up, maybe straighten the legs. So one option, keep the knees to 90 degrees. Keep squeezing the ball as you lower down and then come up. Now, if you still want a little bit more, you have the option, straighten the legs towards the ceiling, find that slight squeeze or hugging it at the legs. Engage again, and then as you inhale, keep squeezing the ball. As you lower down the legs, let it hover. Exhale, slowly come back up. Okay, so do that a few more rounds, and then exhale, coming back up, and then you let go, and then relax. So this time, we'll talk about bringing our attention towards the upper abs. So what you'll do is you'll grab your prop. So in this case, I'm using my pink ball, which is slightly firmer, or you can use a block. So we'll reach the hands over the head. Okay. And then notice again, there's a tendency when you reach your arms over the head is that the ribs will pop up again. So can we find that nice long spine? So can you draw your butt forward? Okay. Engage the front part. And then from here, so we maintain the integrity of the spine, draw in, and then do this a few rounds first. Reach the arms up towards the ceiling, over the head. So from here, if you want a little bit more or adding on, okay, so keep reaching your hands over the head or reaching back so you find that length. Brace again the front body, keep your spine nice and long, but then this time think about your legs. Press your feet down or press your legs down on the mat. And then from here, as you inhale, you let the ball hover, let your shoulders lift up, let your head lift up, all the way up, hands towards the ceiling, and then maybe towards in between the legs. Come up as high as you can, and then you'll slowly come down. Okay, just let the ball hover an inch or two above the mat or the floor. As you inhale, you'll come up again, reach up, reach for your knees, and then we'll slowly come down. Okay. So you'll do that a few times. As you come up, inhale, and then exhale, we'll slowly release. So this time, we're going to combine those two actions so that we work both the upper and lower abs and all of the core musculature wrapping around this area. So you'll grab your softer ball or my orange ball, place it between the inner thighs, your firmer ball or your prop, and then you'll reach the hands over the head. From here, you're going to let the feet hover. So this is option one. Let the feet hover, brace the front part, make sure your spine is nice and long. As you inhale, you come all the way up towards the ceiling, in between the knees, and then exhale, you lower down. Keep the feet hovering. Inhale, maybe slowly come up again. As if you want to crunch, bring the knees in, reaching your pink ball forward. Exhale, lower down, but let your feet hover. Okay? If you want a bit more, okay, or if this is quite challenging, an option is to bring the knees to 90 degrees. From here, hold here, and then as you inhale, you'll come up, hold, and then exhale, you'll slowly release. Then let's combine those two movements. Inhale, you'll slowly come up. Exhale, lower down, let your feet hover, let the arms reach over the head. Inhale, come all the way up, knees to 90 degrees. Exhale, lower down. Okay, do this a few times. Exhale, lower down. Now, if you still want a little bit more, one option is from here, straighten the legs towards the ceiling. Okay, squeeze that ball between your thighs. As you inhale, you come all the way up. Reach the pink ball towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, keep squeezing the ball. Slowly lower down. Let the feet hover. Inhale, come all the way up. Make yourself as compact as you can. Exhale, lower down. Keep the spine nice and long. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, lower down. Okay. Maybe do this a few times again. Inhale, come up. And then exhale, lower down. And then soften what needs to soften. Bring the balls to, or your props, to the side. So this time, let's bring our attention to the sides of our waist or our obliques. So to work that area, you'll grab your orange ball or your prop. You'll straighten the legs towards the ceiling. Bring the ball in between the thighs. Okay. You'll bring your arms out to a T. Okay. Option one is to keep the knees light. It's to keep the knees bent. Okay. So find that squeezing in. Inhale. As you exhale, we'll twist towards the right side. And then notice as I twist, you're anchoring down the opposite shoulder. So my entire left hand and shoulder is pressing down. Come back to center. Exhale, twist towards the left side. So my right side is anchoring down. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. So do this a few times, bringing the attention towards the sides of your waist. Okay. Now, if you want a little bit more, you have the option to straighten the legs towards the ceiling. Okay. So find that hugging in again at the ball. Squeeze, inhale. Exhale, you twist towards the right. Slowly come back to center. Exhale, twist towards the left. Coming back to center. And then notice if the squeezing of the ball turns off. Notice that effort. And then coordinate the movement with your breath. Again, do this as many times as you like. And when you're ready, come back to center and then slowly lower down. And when you're already done with those sets of exercises, you just slowly relax, soften what needs to soften. Then you can bring your knees in towards the chest, maybe do a few circles, okay, or go in the opposite direction. And then when you're ready, you can straighten out the legs. Just let the feet fall off to the sides. Your arms can be as wide as you like. And then take a few moments just to connect again with your breath. Breathing in and out as you end your practice. So I hope you enjoyed those core exercises. You can do that exercise as often as you like, or when you have time. You can do it in the morning, you can do it in the evening. We do those core exercises not just to keep our core musculature healthy, but it also keeps our spine healthy. And in the long run, either manage or even prevent back pain. And also by doing these exercises, it will also complement if you're doing sports activities. And if you're doing other forms of exercise, then it can help. So I would like to thank you for watching. This is Every Yoga by Jo and Daya, sharing everyday yoga for everybody.